Can I say something embarrassing?
Yeah.
I didn't really learn how to tell time on an analog clock until I was like 19. I could never figure it out. It was so confusing to me. So I always had a digital watch when I was a kid, to the extent I ever needed to know what time it was, which was basically never. But I was like, I don't understand why the hour hand is shorter than the minute hand when hours are longer than minutes.
Right.
I could never parse that out when I was a kid. So I was like, I'm just not going to learn. I'm too tired to learn this, so I'm just not going to.
I don't understand the question, and I won't respond to it.
And I won't respond to it.
Is what you're saying.
And then I remember they kept giving us worksheets where you're supposed to tell them what the clock said. And I was like, girl, I don't fucking know. Get away from me.
I'm sorry to tell you that I'm the exact opposite. I was so good at telling analog time, and I was a real smug bitch about it. Even in like first grade, I was like, I got this. Check this out.
Oh yeah, 2:17.
Yeah. Welcome to Text Me Back Podcast, the only podcast. I'm chewing.
And I'm Megan Hatcher Mays. Baby, we're back. we came up with a plan for the podcast. And then, I'm not calling you in or calling you out, but Lindy really loves to be like, oh, just really quick. Can I just really quick say this thing before we start? And that's what ends up taking like 30 to 45 minutes before we start what we actually plan to do. But guess what? Megan is the criminal now because I have one too.
You've been pilled. She got pilled.
So, today we're gonna talk about a new innovation they're calling Floorbed. We're also going to do a Whatcha Watchin, but only about one show. We're both watching the same show.
Yep.
But first, Lindy has something she needs to get off her chest, and then so do I.
Megan, you forgot we're also introducing a new segment called Lindy's Stupidest Fixation.
No, that's what I was trying to introduce just now. I was trying to be like, but first Lindy has something she has to get off her chest, and then you say, I know, you're right. I did forget. I'm sorry, I did. We have another new segment that we're calling Lindy. I'm so sorry. I got I forgot.
Lindy's two stupid ideas mixed up. Yeah.
I combined Lindy's two stupid ideas into one. And I am so sorry. That's so disrespectful.
Thank you.
I'm not being a good friend. I'm not being supportive. So I'm so sorry. We are also introducing a new segment that we're calling Lindy's Stupidest Hyperfixation Yet. And I don't know what it is. So
I can't wait
but I can assure you without knowing what it is, it's stupid as hell.
I can say I would with 105% certainty that never in a billion years would you guess my stupidest fixation yet.
I know. Sometimes I do guess something that you're thinking, but I feel like out at sea for this one. I'm going to
make you guess when we get to the segment just for fun. But for now, in the intro, I have a micro segment.
Go on.
A new micro segment that we're calling Lindy's Dream. It's sort of a spinoff of Megan's Journey.
Kind of, except nobody's that sexy in it. But go ahead.
You don't know that.
I don't know that. I'm sorry.
Okay, 2 nights ago, I'm innocently slumbering.
First of all, let me establish that I'm innocent.
This bitch Megan comes into my dream.
My purported best friend.
She twinkle toes herself right into my dream.
Freaking kick slams the door to your unconscious or subconscious right on open.
Yeah. So in the dream, Megan and I have joined, I don't know what I was dreaming about before. Probably world peace,
unicorns, puppies, etc., etc.
I'm sitting on the back porch with my dad, talking about old times, sharing a cigar,
shucking corn.
Then, kablamo! Megan kicks the door down. All of a sudden, Megan and I are embroiled in a militant leftist revolutionary group a la One Battle After Another.
One battle after another. Yes, finally.
Megan drags me right into the middle of One Battle After Another. We're running around. We're doing heists. We're doing capers. We're saving the world. We're doing direct action.
Yeah.
It's very dangerous and very radical. And there's a whole cast of characters. Megan and I find out that one of the leaders of the group is corrupt. He's a double agent. He's talking to the feds.
He's like in that episode of Alias where Sydney realizes Francine is an imposter.
Boy.
Do you remember? I was just thinking about that. I'll never forget. I was just thinking about that this morning because I forget what flavor of ice cream it was, but Sydney, that's how Sydney realizes, because whatever the flavor of ice cream it is, Francie's allergic to. And so Sydney comes back out in the living room and Francie's already ready to fight. She's like, Francie's allergic to pistachio.
I just remembered. Francie doesn't like coffee ice cream. No, she doesn't. Drop the gun. Drop it!
So good. Anyway, sorry, go ahead. One of the best twists. If you haven't watched the first 3 seasons of Alias,
buddy, what a show. What a show.
Dude,
Then we get into the whole Rimbaldi device. We could have lived without that, but the rest of it, so good.
I like the stuff where they're kissing.
I know.
And I like the stuff
I like the wigs.
I like the wigs. Anyway, I like a little Rimbaldi intrigue, but once the device, oh my God.
Please, enough with the device. My God. Ron Rifkin, we get it.
Remember Marshall?
Oh, what happened to that guy? Come back to me, Marshall, please.
Yeah, where is he? Anyway,
I don't know. My little 5'4" big-headed king. Anyway, what happened in the dream?
So we're Sydney Bristowing around Los Angeles, and then we find out that we got a mole, and it might be worse than a mole. It's like he's like really evil. It's not like he had to turn on us because he was in a bad situation. He like sucks really bad. So I don't remember the details because this is a dream, but somehow we figure out how to like trick him, taking Megan into his confidence. Like we come up with this whole scheme for how to take him down, which involves like Megan infiltrating his inner circle. And for some reason, Megan comes up with, she's like, this is the only way.
I came up with it?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Because I know what happens. And I thought that what you originally said that the double agent came up with it. And I was just executing the plan.
Could be that. You know what, Megan? You're right. I'm being unfair.
It doesn't matter because please tell everyone what happened next.
Someone comes up with this foolproof plan for winning the trust of the mole.
Yeah.
Which is Lindy and like 3 other guys have to swan dive off the top of a building into a very deep swimming pool, sink to the bottom and drown ourselves. And only by doing that will the mole's trust be won by Megan.
Yeah.
Because I think the idea is that the mole knows that Megan and I are allegedly best friends.
Allegedly, yeah.
And so he needs to think that Megan has turned mole. And so the only way to prove it is to show that she would sacrifice her best friend, parentheses me, by letting me swan dive off the top of a skyscraper into a deep, deep pool and drown myself at the bottom.
Seems like the impact would take care of it, but yeah, go ahead.
Well, I'm telling you, when I went into the pool, because I did it.
Yeah, she did it.
And I was on board with this plan. I was like, okay, it's the only way. And then a funny thing happens when your best friend and a mole coerce you into throwing yourself off a building is suddenly life comes into sharp relief and you start to see the cracks in the plan,
the fissures,
yeah,
if you will. Yes,
because it's a dream world. I also inhabited the consciousness of like the first 2 to 3 people who did the dive. And so so I'm like okay, boing, pew, splash. Yes, this is my duty. Here I go down to the bottom of the pool. Oh, this plan is working perfectly. Poof, end of consciousness. Oh, the number 2 guy goes, oh, here we go. Oh, I love to give my life for the cause. Here we go. The revolution. Finally, Stuart is going to trust Meagan.
Viva la revolution.
Yeah.
He said.
Then it's Lindy's turn.
And then you're like, thank you, sensei.
Yeah, I jump, I jump off this thing. I've fallen down. I get in the water splash. I'm still on board with the plan. As I travel to the bottom of the pool, my life flashes before my eyes.
Sure.
I think about trees of green and clouds of white and beautiful,
oh, just like the famous jam.
beautiful meadows. I picture me and Meagan frolicking, having fun, driving around in my Volvo in 1999, screaming, eating pink cookies from 7-Eleven. And I think, wait a minute. I don't want to die at the bottom of this pool. Wait, how did Meagan get the job?
Hang on a second. Wait a minute, Mikey.
Hey, how come I'm the one that has to go to the bottom of the pool and drown?
Well, I'm very charismatic. I don't know.
And then I thought, I'm still alive. He can't see me. Can't I just crawl out of this pool and go hide? So I did that. And then dream time gets messed up. So then suddenly I'm back up on the platform and I turn to Meagan and I'm like, hey, instead of me drowning myself, could I just hide? And then you just tell Stuart that I died? That I did it?
It's not as good.
That's what you said in the dream.
No, sorry. Get back in there, champ.
You were like, Lindy, Stuart's never going to believe it if you don't. I'm sorry. It's for the cause.
You're going to have to take one for the team.
Yeah. And I was like, well, sorry, why do I have to do it? And you were like, well, that's the plan. So.
It's just that's what we decided. So if you could just go ahead and.
Do you want to continue to have fun being my friend? You know that if I'm dead, then there's no more me. No more podcast.
If you could just go ahead and take a swan dive off the platform, please.
And to your credit, I guess you did eventually say yeah, I guess you don't have to actually.
I guess.
Oh, you know what else you did? You were like, okay, I guess you don't have to, but Jessica and Dave, they already did it. Aren't you going to feel bad that you let them die before you?
And that would normally get you.
Oh, it would get me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so manipulative of me.
It was really mean. But then eventually you were like, all right, you're right. You were like, it's not even that big of an important part of the plan. And I was like, what?
But I can take or leave it, to be honest with you. But if you could just jump off the platform, though.
So to your credit, parentheses, I guess, you did relent and let me live.
Oh, nice.
But it took a while. You pushed back more times than I would prefer.
Sure. I think that you would prefer me to push back 0 times.
Yeah.
And I pushed back about 15 to 20 times, it sounds like.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
Cool.
So anyway.
Was it like one of those dreams where you wake up and you're mad at the person even though I wasn't really there? A little bit?
Maybe 1%. But mostly I was like, I can't wait to tell Meagan about this. Except actually, I forgot about it for 24 hours. And then I had a flashback while I was driving, opening my eyes deep underwater and being like, I want to live. And then you pushing my head back down.
Baby Jesus, I want to live.
So anyway, that's a new micro segment we're calling Lindy's Dream.
I have a micro segment called Meagan doesn't have any situational awareness.
I can't wait.
And it goes like this. So I just got home from the gym. By the way, we're recording in advance. Mm-hmm. So we're recording on a Saturday when we usually record on Thursday. So I went to the gym and I came home and all my clocks were all fucked up. My husband's here because it's Saturday. And he's like, oh yeah, the power went out. And I was like, oh no, did it come back? Do I have to cancel podcasting because the Wi-Fi's out or whatever? And everything's fine. The power turned back on. But it just reminded me of this time, a couple months ago. It was nighttime and the power went out. And the power does not go out that often in Washington, D.C., big city. You know what I mean? I feel like it goes out a fair amount, more than average where you live, right?
Oh, oh.
Yeah.
All the time.
Every day. So I was sitting watching TV at night and the power goes out and it makes that scary noise that, you know, and like everything clicks off.
Yeah.
Like definitively clicks off.
It's disturbing.
Yeah. And then everything is dark. Like none of the ambient lights are on. Everything is really dark.
And you know, your house has not very many windows. Like,
right. Yeah.
It's kind
just
of
in
a
the front and the
railroad
back
style.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I was so shocked. I was just sitting there on my couch in pitch black. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I had no idea what I was supposed to do. And
you're like a caveman seeing an eclipse.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh my God, put it right. Somebody get the paint. We have to put this in the cave. Like, it was so confusing. I think I probably sat there for a full 30 seconds cycling through like my disaster training from like 1994. So I was like, oh, we don't have any flashlights and I don't have a radio or any like backup food. Or I was like, we don't have a disaster kit. But I was really fixated on the flashlight. I was like, we have no flashlights in this house. Like, what am I supposed to do? How am I even going to get to my bed? It's so dark. And I probably thought about flashlights for 90 full seconds before I thought, the phone is a flashlight.
I use it all the time and I carry it in my pocket.
I have it in my hand. And the whole time I didn't even look at my phone because my brain thought the phone's gone as well. But I was like, no, the cell phone still works. And the cell phone is a flashlight. And what do you need a radio for, girl? Like, you're going to turn on the top 40 radio station and maybe they tell you why the power went out?
No, you're gonna be like breaker.
Yeah, like
dog shit. Foghorn.
10-4, good buddy. What's going on in Petworth? It was so dumb and embarrassing. It was like the dumbest I've ever been, where I just was like, oh no. And here's the best part. The power was out for 2 minutes max. And I spent the first 90 seconds thinking about flashlights.
Yeah. Well, now you know what it feels like to be a female woodsman.
I know. I think I texted you right away to be like, you'll never guess what happened to me. And you were like, okay. Like, what do you think is going to happen?
Sometimes our power goes out for 4 days.
I know. And then your water is somehow linked to the electricity.
Yeah,
so you only get the one good flush.
We have a well and it has an electric pump. And so when the power's out, the water's out.
So what do you guys do when the power goes out? Like, but should I have a disaster kit? No, right? Who can't? I don't need that.
Of course you should. Yes.
Oh, I should.
Yeah.
What do you put in yours? Like cans?
Cans. Good to have some water and some food and some flashlights and some batteries and
a gun,
another gun,
a couple of guns,
a little guy in there who knows how to use a gun.
Yeah, just like really small. It's just like, if the power ever goes out again and I have a disaster kit with a gun in it, it's not going to be good. Because my instant reaction was to freeze in place in panic. There should be no weapons in my home, you know? That's what I'm saying. So that's a new micro segment we're calling Meagan Has No Situational Awareness. Just to me brought into sharp relief that I haven't given any thought to like disaster planning since, because like when we were in elementary school, I'm sure this is true for you too. By the way, we did not go to elementary school or middle school together. We did go to high school together, just to clear that up. And yes, Macklemore went to our high school for 1 out of the 4 years that we were there, but he primarily went to Nathan Hale. Just want to clear that up as well, because there were some questions. Anyways, so like when we were in school, you'd do your fire drill, then you'd come back inside and do the earthquake drill, where you get under the desk and you loop your arm around the legs, because they always would say, if there's an earthquake, the desk is probably going to move. So you want to move with the desk or whatever. And I haven't given a single thought to disasters since I was 11. And so like, I just have that like training of like, you need a flashlight, a granola bar, and a crank radio.
I mean, that's probably still kind of true.
The Clear Channel top 40 radio station is going to tell me what I need to know. I don't know. Maybe.
I just realized that kids in other parts of the country probably don't do earthquake drill. They do like tornado drill.
I worked at a private school for a minute before I went to law school, and it was like a hippie school, whatever. And they didn't have an earthquake drill. So I had to help try to cobble one together.
Yeah.
And all of these teachers were like, oh, you just do the triangle of life, which I don't even totally remember what it is, but it's a total fucking scam. And like people don't even live when they do it. And like I had to fight all these hippies over the triangle of life. I'm like, you don't do that. Oh, and then they were all like, shouldn't we all run outside? No. Why would you run outside? There's power lines out there. What are you talking about? I was like, that was the first thing they taught us when we were kids is you don't go outside. If you are already outside, do your best and get away from the power lines. And also this school was right on a hill, like overlooking East Lake. I'm like, you don't want to be out there. The whole fucking hill's probably going to liquefy, man. What are you talking about? Go outside. Jesus. And they're like, oh, let's do the triangle of life. I'm like, no, I don't even remember this. So I hope I'm not slandering the triangle of life inventor, but it's like made up by some guy who doesn't even know anything about disasters or earthquakes or fires or anything.
Is that where it's like, if you go next to the wall, then a beam will create a triangle that shelters
something
you?
like that. Yeah. It's like, why would you risk it? Just go under the desk. So then I had to bust out my John Hay public elementary school training to be like, wrap your fucking little baby arm around the desk and move with it, kids. Because shit will be dropping.
That's why we're going to lose the Civil War, Meagan, because we got hippies teaching our children to run out into the disaster.
Yeah, and they're not even vaccinating their kids. By the way, that private school is where I learned about horseshoe theory. As it turns out, lots of people aren't vaccinating their kids for totally opposite reasons. Anyways, polio's bad. So
if you went to the unnamed private school where Meagan worked on a hill overlooking East Lake,
I actually don't want to hear from you. I feel like that would be so weird. That would be so weird. Because all those kids, this was like 15 years ago.
Now, yeah.
Well, maybe they might be almost 30. Because some of them were 14. They were like in 8th grade. It was K through 8 or pre-K through 8. So some of those kids might be 28, 29. I can't be confronted with that. That's horrible.
If you remember Miss Meagan teaching you how to survive an earthquake by wrapping your fat little baby arm around a desk, and now you're a listener of our podcast,
you're not.
Please write in.
You're not.
And tell us
I think
about
they would have hassled me about it by now already if they were. Anyway, so that's the introduction to the podcast.
Wait, I have one more. This is so fast, but it just reminded me when you were talking about flashlights that I had sort of a spiritually similar thing happen when the power was out here for a long time when I was home alone, which is that I lit a bunch of candles.
Yeah.
I put them in the middle of the table and I lit them and I was like, wow, candles really work. Like I just was like surprised by how much light they made. I was like, wow.
How come nobody ever used these as a light source? So strange.
Candles, they live up to the hype.
Damn, they weren't lying.
I felt like
candles.
Ebenezer Scrooge, man.
That's so funny. Write in and tell us about your dumb brains doing something, betraying you in a time of crisis. DearSexyBack@gmail.com, 703-829-0003. We're going to take a little breaky break. And then, should we talk about Floorbed?
Let's talk about Floorbed.
Okay, we're going to talk about Floorbed. It's a new innovation. Stay tuned.
At Arizona State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.
All right, here we are. We're back. Meagan, a couple weeks ago, we teased something. Mm-hmm. We tickled and teased the listeners with the promise of something called Floorbed.
We did.
We said we were going to talk about Floorbed. We said we were going to explain Floorbed. And then we said they're going to have to wait for Floorbed. And Meagan, the amount of mail that we've gotten from people begging to hear about Floorbed.
Yeah, upwards of 0 messages demanding an explanation.
And
It's so true.
the day has finally come. I am so pleased to tell you that it's time.
Well, it's exciting. Yeah.
And Meagan, Floorbed is an innovation of yours, so I'm going to let you take the wheel.
Yes, Floorbed spans multiple segments, I believe, but most strongly, I believe this is a Dog Thoughts X I Can Fix Her collaboration. So the great news about Floorbed is that we get to play both theme songs, and we'll start with Dog Thoughts. And Floorbed has also fixed me, so I can fix her. The loon at the end gets me every time.
Every time.
So I think we first talked about this on one of the live streams for the pledge drive that we did. And here's the situation. I have a dog that you might be familiar with. His name is Kevin. Kevin is Satan's favorite son. He is evil. He's dark-sided. He's not Christian. Do you know what I mean? Like he used imbued. To be. He used to be, but now he's.
You took him away.
I should have left him in his stable Christian home because now he's imbued with the flames of hell. That's Kevin. So basically, Kevin's deal is he's like normal all day. And then at like 3:00, it's Kevin's witching hour. He gets so mad at me to the point where like for a while I used to have to leave the room because he would just scream in my face. And he looks and his little face gets so indignant. Like he's like, ah, ah, ah! Like, just always screaming at me like that, you know? And he really hates it when I'm on the couch in the living room because like I like to finish my work and then go lay down. That's all any woman wants.
Duh.
Okay. That's what feminism is about. Laying down. Okay, girl?
I think we can all agree. I think Gloria Steinem would agree.
I believe it was Catherine McKinnon who said, take a nap, girl. You know? I believe it was Bell Hooks who said, rest your head upon your couch's pillow for as long as you want. That's what she said. So anyway, so that's what I like to do. Kevin does not like it when I do that because that's illegal. Okay. And so I try everything, right? Little walkie for Kevin, little snacky for Kevin, check the water bowl for Kevin, throw Kevin's little apple. His favorite toy is a stuffed apple that he also, it's like his security blanket. So when he gets sleepy, he takes his apple in his mouth and he sort of like makes biscuits on the side. And then he'll fall asleep with it in his mouth.
So cute.
That's how he gets you.
That's how Satan gets you. Yeah.
That's what the Antichrist would do.
You know what else was cute? The Teletubbies. And look at us now.
So, yeah. Okay. But then once we've exhausted all the options, he's still furious. And I'm simply not allowed to be on the couch. That is the thing that pisses him off the most. Okay, and I've tried like hiding under a blanket. That worked for a little while, but then he just started jumping on the blanket and ripping it off my face to scream at me more. And I was like, what is this? Who would adopt this dog? Who did this? You know? Because I don't remember, but I don't think I was involved.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what I was thinking when you were introducing Kevin is that the listeners were there for Kevin's conception. Like they changed Kevin's diapers. They've been with you
in the trenches
for Kevin's entire life cycle, you know?
So this is on them. This is really the listeners' fault.
The listeners should have been a better influence on Kevin. I agree.
Wow.
I agree.
Podcast canceled once again. Damn. Anyway, so I felt like I tried everything. And then I landed on something that actually does work, which is I have to get off the couch and lay on the floor. And that is the only way he will stop screaming at me. He just doesn't want me on the couch. So I will lay on the floor and then he'll grab his little toy or his bully stick or whatever. And then he'll lay by me and chew it. Sure. He won't do it on the couch. I'm not allowed to be on the couch. I have to be a part of it. I have to be a part of what Kevin is doing on the floor. Yeah. The thing about it is I'm old. I'm so old. I'm 43 and 1/2 years old. I simply can't be laying on the floor like that. Okay. No. So like my options are like bone spurs or whatever, like bed sores or floor sores or a screaming dog. Like I don't want either of those things.
Meagan, they call it a devil's bargain.
It's literally the devil's freaking bargain because Satan is in my home demanding it. Okay.
Right.
A little 9-pound Pomeranian born out of Satan's ass telling me I can't. By the way, Lindy, I bought the it's my couch. I bought it. And I'm not allowed to be on there no more.
Meagan, this is what I'm saying. This is like Antifa in our cities. You know, we built these cities and then Antifa comes in
with the soup cans and the socks.
And they're dressed like frogs.
Anyways, it's probably like a month ago now. I get phones are so creepy, but I got served an ad. Okay. And Meagan, I haven't even talked about this.
Meagan,
to anyone.
don't say it.
I got served an ad for a floor bed. And I said, hello?
Meagan, what?
They're like, I was like, this exists?
Meagan,
floor
I'm scared.
Bed, you say? And it's not even like one of those things. By the way, I don't think I believe that your phone is constantly listening to you. I think that the algorithm is actually creepier than we think. It's not, I don't necessarily think it's listening to you. I think it just knows you really well, which is, I think, worse. Worse. In a lot of ways. But anyway, so I was like, not floor bed. I was like, should I turn my whole floor into a bed? And then when Kevin yells at me, I can lay on my floor bed?
Something to think about. Something
to think about for sure. So I did my research. I found a fucking floor bed that folds up. It's not like a very cozy mattress. I would never have a guest sleep on this thing. But for the purposes of being tortured by a small canine, it works great. So, and you can fold it up. Okay.
Great.
So I buy a floor bed. Yeah. It arrives. Yeah. I unravel it. My home is at peace. Okay. It's insane. Kevin loves floor bed. Margie loves floor bed. I hate to say it. Meagan loves floor bed.
Okay.
Adam loves floor bed. Okay.
What?
It's crazy. I took a nap on floor bed. It was insane. My whole floor, you guys, my whole floor is a bed. It's such an innovation. And now I'm kind of like, maybe Kevin isn't Satan. Maybe he's the Archangel Michael. And my dragon was having a hard floor. And now we've slayed my dragon. Okay. Just in time for Michaelmas, bro. And now speaking of a hippie private school I used to work at. Okay. Now my whole floor is a bed.
Maybe couch is Satan all along.
Maybe the couch is Satan. At this point, I don't even go on the couch. I haven't been on the couch in 2 weeks. I go straight to the floor.
Oh my God.
Isn't that crazy?
She's ergonomic?
She's ergonomic. It's so crazy. So I just wanted to tell the Text Me Backalites about Floorbed. If you're considering not having a floor made of normal floor materials, may I suggest Floorbed?
You know, up here in my attic, I didn't even make the connection until just now when you were talking about it, but I have all this weird space like under the beam where you don't want people to walk through there because you just whack your brain out. And I've been like, if only I could get like some cushions that sit under the beam to create sort of a very low couch, then that could be my reading couch where I lie upon the cushions.
I'll send you some links.
Maybe floor bed. Maybe 2 to 3 floor beds stacked is what I need. Because I was looking up these cushions that I saw in an influencer's apartment that were so cute. And I was like, those look like you can get them at Pier 1 for like $25 a piece. Yeah. No, it's like $3,000 for this like stack of cushions. And then I was like, then I got stressed and I gave up.
The podcast is not that successful.
No.
Here's the only downside of floor bed. It only works for like an hour at a time. Right. And then Kevin gets mad at me again. Basically, what I've determined Kevin wants is for Adam to come home from work.
Right.
That's really the issue. So I can distract Kevin from like 3 to 6:30 p.m. with floor bed and snacks and stuff. Yeah. But then for that last hour before Adam comes home from work, it's just Satan returns.
I have a crazy idea.
Go on.
What if you left and you weren't home?
Where would I go?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Why can't Adam take Kevin to work? Because he works in an animal's house.
I know. So interesting. This man goes, oh, well, I would, but he just gets so upset when I have to leave my office. I'm like, yeah, that's Kevin, baby.
Oh, are you recording podcasts in your office? Because we are, and Kevin is screaming.
Hello.
So
that's Kevin's whole deal. So now I got to deal with this stank ass?
He's screaming at Meagan in her office. Yeah.
Excuse me? Like, I can't even take out the recycling without this little bitch getting mad at me. I'm like, dog, it's right there.
At Adam's work, it's already a building that's full of screaming dogs. So it doesn't even disturb anyone. Get Adam on this podcast. I'd like to have a word or two.
I'd have a word. Get this dog the fuck up out of here. Okay. No, it's fine.
No,
so he truly is like basically normal for 6 hours of my workday.
Yeah. And
then the remaining 2.5 inconsolable.
Great.
However, Floorbed, what an innovation. I can't say enough about Floorbed. It's Floorbed, it's blankies. I got my tuffets and my pillows down there. It's crazy, man.
What about your coffee table? Did you get rid of your coffee table?
I still have the coffee table. So basically the Floorbed is narrow enough to provide a walkway from the door to the kitchen still. And then there's like the coffee table and the tuffets and then Floorbed.
I love it.
I love it too. Can't get enough. Might just get rid of the couch, turn the whole thing into Floorbed.
Well, it's like being a kid and making a fort.
Exactly.
Which is, I think, what we all crave to this day. That's why I like it up here. It feels like a fort.
It just feels, there's something about being kind of enclosed. It feels very secure and safe to be sort of like, it's like getting wrapped up like a burrito when you're a baby. You know, it's nice.
Swaddled.
Yes.
Swaddled.
Swaddled. You said it, sister.
All right. Should we move on?
Yes. And that's Floorbed. Up next. We don't need to take a break. I don't think.
No, let's freaking roll. Up next, meaning right now, because we're not taking a break. It's a new segment that I thought of this morning.
Oh dear.
It's called Lindy's Stupidest Fixation Yet. I have a new thing that I need. I think about it day and night, and it's on my mind, and it's in my craw. And Meagan, I want you to try to guess. I'm going to give you 3 guesses.
I feel so in the dark because I feel like it's got to be stupider than like a weird animal or like some show. It's got to be dumber than that. But it can't just be like, what do the seals do at night? You know what I mean? Do they sleep?
Oh, I was just wondering that, though. I was just wondering.
So it's got to be something stupid like how do they train for curling in the Olympics or something like that?
Good question, Meagan.
Yeah. Do they do like,
what
core work? Do they lift? Do curlers lift?
Could any of us curl?
Could any of us? Is it just a balance thing, or are they like doing lunges and squats?
I mean, I assume you get better at aiming and stuff.
Sure.
And how hard to push it. Do you do cornhole? Is that part of the training?
Like the bag game?
Yeah. The bag game cornhole. Anyway, that's not it.
I always like to call it bags so that you don't have to say cornhole.
But it's called cornhole, unfortunately.
Okay, some people call it bags.
No one calls it bags.
That's how it was introduced to me in St. Louis, Missouri, because I don't think people like saying cornhole.
By a prude who's sex negative.
A Missouri native who called it bags. Anyways, please continue. I don't know. I honestly don't know what
it's not bags. It's not where do seals go at night. And it's not how do you train for curling? Lindy's Stupidest Fixation Yet is Meagan, I need a cuckoo clock.
Oh boy, never in a million years. So stupid.
Meagan, I want a little clock shaped like a little chalet. And then on the hour, little cuckoo comes out. Cuckoo, cuckoo. Maybe
and that would fix it. I think.
That would fix me. Maybe even your higher end ones, little doors open, little Dutch girls come out.
Oh, I love it when they do the little loop-de-loop and then go back in.
Maybe
Yes,
one,
that's so fun.
maybe they come out, they have a little kiss in the middle. Gay.
Gay women.
You could have it be gay if you wanted. Maybe, probably. Someone's a cuckoo clock.
Yeah, you should definitely
maker.
search up gay cuckoo clock.
So it's one of these things where, I'm on an inner child journey
Oh my God.
with my items.
I theoretically am too, except I've stalled out. But yeah.
Well, you spent all your money on Floorbed. But Floorbed feels like inner child journey.
Floorbed was only $80. So
I was just joking, Megan.
I know, but I'm just saying I don't want people to feel like, oh, that's a barrier to
Right.
entry to Floorbed. You can
Right.
you can be frugal and have a Floorbed.
Is
Okay.
accessible to
Yes.
all. That's true.
Yes.
But it just occurred to me the other day, I just thought of a cuckoo clock for some reason. And I thought, man, people are so lucky that get to have a cuckoo clock. I don't know, I was like, yeah, you never see those anymore. I don't know, like, oh.
You
What if-
don't.
And then it just had never occurred to me before. I was like, I think I could have a cuckoo clock. I think that I could have my own at-home real cuckoo clock.
I believe that they're available for purchase. Yeah.
I was like, I bet they're available for purchase. I bet there are
I bet if you wanted to get crazy with it, you could just drive to Leavenworth, for people not from Washington, the weird Bavarian town that we have. That I assume wasn't that like kind of like square dancing where everyone was like, oh yeah, the reason that every state has one of those weird Bavarian towns is because of Nazis?
I think
or am
so,
I
yeah.
making that up? Yeah.
No, I think that's right. To get people interested in European culture.
European culture, yes. But I bet you could just 1-2 skidoo over to Leavenworth and just buy one.
That's right, Megan. So I began my cuckoo clock research just yesterday.
Oh, amazing.
Now, here's the thing about a cuckoo clock. Wild variety in prices.
Mm-hmm.
There's some cuckoo clocks that are like, well, if you want it to come out and sing cuckoo, you're going to have to shell out at least $300.
Oh my God.
Oh, but Megan, if you want the kind where the gay Dutch girls come out and
make out
and French,
yeah.
You're shelling out $5,000.
$5,000?
Yeah, because they're like hand carved by a little Bavarian somewhere.
That's the price of a used Kia.
Yeah, that's right, Megan.
Oh
So
my God.
I start looking, and there's several websites where you can buy antique cuckoo clocks. There are places where you can buy a hand carved brand new cuckoo clock. I'm doing my research. There's also like modern, cheaper cuckoo clocks. You can get like a cuckoo clock from Wayfair or whatever.
That's where Floorbed came from. Mm-hmm.
Right. I start to get deeper into it, and I'm like, okay, I feel like this Wayfair cuckoo clock, it's not going to be of quality. It's not going to come with the cuckoo spirit that I want. And I bet you $1 million that the cuckoo sound is a digital.
Yeah.
I want an analog cuckoo sound.
Sure.
So I find on the cuckoo clock website, I start to feel like I would pay $350 for a simple cuckoo clock. But then I start to be like, do I want my cuckoo clock to come from this sort of grim materialist Amazon age where I just push a button on the internet and then some underpaid worker brings a cuckoo clock to my house? Where's the meaning in that?
Sure.
And then I don't really get a feel for my cuckoo clock before I open it up in the box.
You want to have a tactile experience with your cuckoo clock before you bring it home.
So then I realized, Megan,
much like a newborn baby. Mm-hmm.
And by the way, Leavenworth, I'm sure they do sell cuckoo clocks. It's a tourist nightmare, Megan.
Yeah.
I
haven't been since I was a kid, but it seems bad.
I don't trust the quality of the Leavenworth cuckoos.
Sure.
It begins to dawn on me. And actually, this ties in with a previous compulsion I was having. I got to go to the Black Forest. And I got to myself.
You did want to go to
I wanted to go
Munich
to the
for
Christmas market.
Yeah. Oh, the Christmas market. Yeah. Can we address the elephant in the room, or the cuckoo and the clock, if you will?
Yep.
Aren't you going to get sick of that shit? 24 times a day, it says cuckoo right into your face?
So this is the problem.
Yeah.
I think that I could cope with the cuckoo. I don't live alone.
You don't.
And I'm not sure that I can.
And you occasionally have guests as well.
Right. Because I was like, well, I could keep the cuckoo clock up here in my office.
Yeah.
But frequently guests will stay up here.
Mhm.
And also, yeah, you'd be able to hear it downstairs.
Absolutely. It's just
now-
the very thin stained glass window between where you record and like your kitchen, basically. Yeah.
Cuckoo, cuckoo. Oh, it's so cute. So, like when I try it out like that, and then I try to imagine what would that feel like if I heard that, I'm happy. I think I like it.
Yeah. Mhm.
I want to hear it more.
24 times.
I did find there were cuckoo clocks that have a silencer at night. Like,
oh, okay.
So it only cuckoos.
That's better.
during- Yeah. So I would have to shell out for that. But
That's an extra thousand.
That's an extra thou. Yeah. if I got the silencer and I kept it up here in my
Not the silencer.
and I kept it up here in my office, I think I could get away with it without getting a divorce, a double divorce.
I don't know.
A double
I kind
D.
of doubt it. Not the double D. I don't think so, man. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. But sometimes you got to do stuff for yourself, you know?
Megan, something is being lost in the society.
Yeah.
Where are all the grandfather clocks?
Oh,
where are the pendulums? Where
I
are the
have one.
watches?
I don't have one. My grandfather built one from a kit, and
Your grandfather built a grandfather clock?
Yes,
That's crazy.
And after
Was he the
died,
one that they named it after?
Yes, they named it after my grandpa Bob. My grandpa Bob was very crafty. I wish I had been able to talk to him about any of this before he died, but it never really came up. But he got really into like woodworking and stuff too when he was older. So, and I don't know where it is. It makes me so sad. But he made me a pen out of wood that he like stained purple at my request. And he made me, he made some stuff for my brother too out of wood. But anyways, he also made, I forget if I've ever posted this on our Instagram, but he made a lamp out of an old Seattle City Light electricity meter. And I have that.
Such a good lamp.
It's the best lamp in the world. And when we were moving, it got lost. It it accidentally like got left on the truck. And I was despondent for like 12 hours. I was like, I messaged the movers and I was like, do you have my lamp? My grandpa made it. And they found it and they brought it. So everything was fine, but just the worst 12 hours ever. I was like, it's literally irreplaceable. I really want it back. Anyway, he built, I think from a kit, I'm not sure. I don't know if he like woodworked it himself, but he built a grandfather clock that has like, and as the time changes, there's like a little viewfinder at the top where the sun moves over.
That's my
to
favorite shit.
Like an illustration of a moon.
My favorite
and
shit.
My brother ended up with it, and they're super high maintenance. Like you have to wind them a lot, and you have to like they just need a lot of help. and Matthew, if you're listening, you know I love you, but this was crazy. He had it set to ring a ding every 15 minutes. So it would bing bong, just like one or two bing bongs every 15 minutes. And then on the hour, it would do the whole bing bong, 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 which I love.
Yeah. I love it.
I do really like the hourly bong, but the every 15-minute bong, it was like, what is that? But I don't think it's currently functional, but there is a grandfather clock in my family. They're not totally extinct.
That is so heartening to hear as something of a clockhead, a burgeoning clockhead. I just feel like there used to be a whole world of clocks, and now we all just stare at our phones. You know,
my digital watch.
And I don't like it. I want clock diversity back.
Yeah, we need to bring back clock diversity so that people can start to accept different types of clocks. Can I say something embarrassing? Yeah. I didn't really learn how to tell time on an analog clock until I was like 19. I could never figure it out. It was so confusing to me. So I always had a digital watch when I was a kid, to the extent I ever needed to know what time it was, which was basically never. But I was like, I don't understand why the hour hand is shorter than the minute hand when hours are longer than minutes.
Right.
Like I could never parse that out when I was a kid. So I was
Yeah.
like, I'm just not going to learn. I'm too tired to learn this, so I'm just not going to.
I don't
that
understand
okay?
the question and I won't respond to it.
And I won't respond to it.
Is what you're saying.
And
Yeah.
then I remember they kept giving us worksheets where you're supposed to tell them what the clock said. And I was like, girl, I don't fucking know. Get away from me.
I'm sorry to tell you that I'm the exact opposite. I was so good at telling analog time and I was a real smug bitch about it. Even in like first grade, I was like, I got this. Check this out.
Oh yeah. It's
2:17. Yeah.
Have you narrowed down your options, or you're really still in the early stages of cuckoo clock?
I'm in
discovery?
the early stages, but I feel fairly confident that I need to see the clocks with my own eyes.
You got to
And
hit
I
up
might
that Christmas
need-
market.
And I might need to start a fund, like a little savings account to start
Sure.
piddling some money into here and there so that I can afford one of the good ones, you know?
Or your hyperfixation runs out and then you have a savings account.
Huge if true.
Yeah.
Lindy having a savings account. I mean, unheard of.
Your hyperfixation dissipates by the time you have enough money to actually buy a clock, and then you just have money saved.
Megan,
Either way.
I'm never going to stop wanting a cuckoo clock, Megan.
That's okay. That's what they said about chocolate milk, babe.
Cuckoo.
That's what they
Megan,
said
I'm
about
back
the
on chocolate milk. I'm back on chocolate
You
milk.
just traded chocolate milk last week for 2 weeks ago for Lindy's rebuilding year. And now
Yeah, but
chocolate milk is back. They
I
say.
have an abundance mindset instead. I decided women can have it all.
That's right.
We could have
A cuckoo clock and chocolate milk.
and waxed legs.
Yeah.
And poorly waxed legs with still a lot of hair left, and gel nails,
Yes.
and a tooth allergy.
Get into it. Now we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about Whatcha Watchin. It's the same show. Okay, hello.
Hello.
Hey, it's Text Me
Hey.
Back podcast. Hey, we're both watching something.
Wait, real
Yes.
quick. We need to address the elephant in the room. And it's weird that earlier you said the elephant in the room and then you said
Yes.
the cuckoo in the clock, because I had already been planning to say the phrase the elephant in the room, because we need to address the elephant in the room really quick, which is that people think we're wearing the same glasses.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I
Hold
don't
on.
think so,
Nice try.
honey. Just because they look almost identical. Okay. Mine are from Warby Parker, and I actually don't need them right now. It's just that I didn't do any eye makeup, and I feel like glasses make me look distinguished. Mine are from Warby Parker. They're like little wireframe squares. Lindy's are not from Warby Parker, and her frames are slightly
They
different.
have a tiny
They're
little pointy corner, like very, very subtle cat eye.
Mhm.
Mine are from kits.com, KITS.
So get into it. Two totally different pairs
They're
of glasses.
totally different. We did not coordinate. In fact, I actually think I may have copied Megan subconsciously, because I think you showed me those.
Oh, did I? Oh,
And
I'm
then-
sending lots of pictures. This is because it's my first pair of glasses ever.
Right.
You know, so.
Although these are to replace my previous favorite glasses, which are all wobbly and I need to take them to the doctor, which were very similar shape, but they were like rose gold and kind of fancier and prettier.
Yeah.
But they're broken. So I got these, but then I realized that Megan got them too. But that's, you know what? That's the kind of thing that I like. Megan's not into it really, but
As you already said, women can have it all, including very similar eyeglasses.
including matching clothes, eyeglasses, and shoes, hair, and hats with their best friend.
Oh boy. It's Twin Day on Text Me Back podcast. Anyway, here's what we're watching. We're both watching the same thing. It's a little program called The Great Pottery Throwdown, which I'm certain our listeners are very familiar with.
Yeah.
It's been on for a while. I remember watching the first like 3 or 4 seasons, I think early on in COVID, maybe.
I feel like when everyone got into Bake Off and became reliant upon Great British Baking Show for, their emotional stability, a lot of that was during COVID. Some of us started before COVID, but but then people would get very dependent on it and then run out of Bake Off, and then what do you do?
Yeah, because that's like the coziest available show.
Right. And so I remember people were complaining about that. And then the internet was aflame with talk of the Great Pottery Throwdown. And they were like, okay, well, if you need a fix when you're done with Bake Off, and people were swearing to the high heavens, to the baby G's, that Great Pottery Throwdown scratched the itch.
They're not wrong, unless you disagree.
I wasn't skeptical, but I was kind of like, I'm saving it for when I need it. So I didn't watch it. I saved it. And also it was hard for me to imagine how it would scratch the same itch, but and so I couldn't really conceive of it. And so it wasn't top of mind.
Yeah.
And then I kind of forgot about it. And then a couple weeks ago, I was depressed. I was home alone. I had run out of Bake Off again.
I hate when that happens.
Normally, like Dateline will be a comfort watch, which is crazy, I know.
It's actually quite normal. That's what they're saying.
They're Keith, Josh, Andrea, and Lester. And
those are my parents.
Dennis.
And my best friends.
My family. And the new lady who, I'm so sorry I'm forgetting her name, but I like her a lot.
I like her a lot too.
That's my family. But I was home alone in the woods. And so I was like, I'm too scared. I need the right thing. What is it? And then I was like, it's time to try. And boy, was the internet right. And it was a long intro to say you guys were right.
It's a great show. These days, it's hosted by Siobhan McSweeney, who's Sister George Michael on Dairy Girls. Great show, by the way. And the main Potter guy is a guy named Keith Brymer Jones. And the other Potter guy is a guy named Richard Miller, who's like 8 feet tall. The main thing that people always say about Great Pottery Throwdown is you're gonna freaking love Keith. Like, Keith loves ceramics. Like, he's deeply emotionally invested in the creation, the glazing, and the firing of clay. Yeah. He can't get enough of it. Every single piece of clay that is crafted into an object in that pottery is Keith's son.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
That's right.
And so interestingly, Bake Off has the first challenge that they do. They have the technical, and then they have, oh God, what is it called?
Showstopper.
The showstopper.
Signature,
I was like, and then the big deal at the end.
Yeah.
So the Great Pottery Throwdown is basically the same setup. They've got like this big thing that they're doing. Actually, they kind of like do their showstopper, for lack of a better word, over the course of a couple of days.
Start it at the beginning.
Because you got to dry out the clay, then you got to fire the clay, then you got to glaze the clay, etc., whatever. And then they have something called, they just call it the second challenge, but it's functions like the technical in Bake Off, where they have to demonstrate that they can do some like technical aspects of pottery making. And sometimes they'll have like people from Wedgwood come and like show them how they put the little designs on the Wedgwood ceramics and show them a special technique or whatever. And then they present their final piece. So it's very similar to Bake Off. And also similar to Bake Off, Paul Hollywood has his handshake, and that's how you know that he thinks your pastry tastes good. Keith Brymer Jones cries. So if you make a piece of pottery that Keith Brymer Jones likes, he absolutely loses his shit and just bursts into tears with happiness. And the reason we're talking about this show today is because Lindy had such a controversial question for me. I was like, we need to bring this to the masses because perhaps this has been discussed in the pages of a culture magazine that I don't read. I'm so sorry, but I haven't seen it. But you texted me and asked me the following question. And I just was like, whoa, never thought of it. Never thought about it. Please continue.
Well, the question was, do you think Keith is faking it? With the tears, with the crying.
Such a crazy question.
Okay.
It never crossed my mind is all. You know what I mean? I think it's so provocative.
Well, because I go into this show kind of cold. Like I didn't know anything about it. I hadn't heard about the crying. I didn't know anything. So he cries in the first episode. And by the way, it's not only when he loves a piece. Someone will present something that's a total failure. And then he'll cry being like, you went into this feeling so nervous and you tried so hard. And I'm just so proud of you.
Yeah. It's like he'll get really emotional about effort also.
Yeah.
Like the actual piece could be a failure, but he'll be like, you did so good. You never gave up. Like he just is really emotionally invested in people participating in the craft, like even if your end result wasn't a success.
It's funny that I'm the person who made this critique or asked this question because that's exactly what makes me cry. If I see just like someone tried really hard at something and is a good person, and then I think about like, I don't know, oh, they overcame, if you didn't believe in yourself and then you tried really hard and you did a really good job, I'm done. Yeah. I'm a wreck. I actually relate to Keith on a very deep level because then sometimes I don't cry at things that are really sad. Mm-hmm. But like if a fat girl does a really good job on her makeup in a TikTok, I'm like sobbing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway, so I just want to caveat with like, I get it, Keith, but I'm watching it. I didn't know about the crying. He cries in the first episode and you're like, whoa, this is a big emotional moment. Paul Hollywood's not crying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it hit me really hard, the crying. So then when the crying happens again in the second episode, I was like, okay, we're crying. Okay. Then the crying continues to happen sometimes multiple times an episode. Yeah. And so I just started to be like,
is it a contrivance? Yeah.
Is it a contrivance? Because like, a thing can happen in media where the show becomes self-aware and it knows that the audience likes the crying. So then it'll be like, we should have the crying happen again.
I mean, I think it's true for like a lot of reality shows. Some of that is just like inescapable, right? Like there's never going to be another season of Survivor that's like the first one. Right. It's impossible because now everybody knows the different tropes, the different themes. Like generally you fully understand how people are going to behave in a situation like that because there's been like 50 seasons of it. And then there's always like a little piece of fan service, like, oh, we know people like this, so we're going to bring that back. And so I get what you mean. And I think for sure Paul Hollywood's handshake falls under that. I think the handshake is really stupid, but it means a lot to people. And it's like part of the show now. So it's like, okay, great, fine, whatever. But
I don't remember which blog it was, Gawker or Vulture or whatever, but someone did like a deep dive into the devaluation of the Hollywood handshake.
Yeah.
in one of the seasons, there was like inflation. He had given out so many handshakes.
Just not as much bang for your buck with the Hollywood handshake.
It's like this man's handing out shakes right and left. But
literally.
So it just started to feel like that to me, except I do believe that Keith has the big feelings and crying is different from a handshake. Like it is harder to cry on cue. So it wasn't so much that I wasn't arguing that I think it's fake. I was just wondering. I wanted to get your take.
It was so interesting because it never crossed my mind. And I think it's because, well, men almost never cry publicly anyways. I hope this isn't offensive to say. Although I feel like people who are creative and who are artists tap into that well of emotion probably a lot more deeply and more quickly than your average male.
Yeah.
Who knows? So it never crossed my mind because I was like, well, it's to make yourself cry. And like, but then you kind of sent me to a tailspin thinking about it because I was like, if he's making himself cry, then Keith Primer Jones is a psychopath. You know what I mean? It's like I couldn't allow myself to even consider that possibility because I was like, unfortunately, I love him too much and I cannot allow this question to infect my mind. You know, like if he's faking, he should be in jail. You know what I mean? I feel like he's not.
No.
Only because real tears are being produced, like real water is coming out of his eyeballs.
Yeah.
I think he genuinely is just so touched that people, I mean, I don't think he said this, but like, I think a contestant on the show said it, but they were basically like, I love to see old, pottery and ceramics in museums because sometimes you can see people's fingerprints in the clay and it really just like connects you to this moment in the past. And again, this was a contestant who said it and not Keith who said it, but I think that maybe is where he is on the spectrum of just feeling like what we're doing is part of this very long tradition. And the fact that people want to keep that alive is really meaningful to him. And he's obviously dedicated his life to becoming like a master potter.
Yeah.
They always have a challenge where they do stuff blindfolded and Keith is like, whatever. And he just like makes like up the most beautiful amphora you've ever seen without his eyes. It's insane. So it never really crossed my mind because I just was like, I think he just loves this shit. I think he loves it. But there are some episodes where it's like 5 or 6 times. And I'm like, maybe Keith is just going through something at home and it's like manifesting on set today. I don't know. Here's what I think. It might be a combo where he's authentically and really crying, but the producers know that people like it.
Exactly.
And so they're leaving it in a lot more than maybe they should or otherwise would if it hadn't become so popular with the viewers.
I want to do a psychological theory of myself, which is that I hate feeling the stink of producers in reality TV. I don't like feeling the stink.
Mm-hmm. The heavy hand of production.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And crying over a bird bath is such a pure, unforced moment of real humanity that when the two things are combined, it really agitates me.
Yeah.
I don't like to see the thumbprint of the producer's finger
right
upon Keith's tears.
Mm-hmm.
And this isn't a critique with a solution because it's like, keep doing what you're doing.
Love it.
Got me thinking, I guess, about.
It's so interesting. I just really wanted to bring this to our listeners because I'm sure that 100%, I think this is like Jingle Bells, flat circle.
Yeah.
It's a complete circle of people who listen to Text Me Back podcasts who have watched The Great Pottery Throwdown. And what do you think about Keith sweeping? If you think that's legit or maybe it's a little bit forced. I don't know. For what it's worth, I will just say I love it. And but also I'm not particularly in touch with my feelings. So I like to see other people it makes me feel good to see other people care about stuff because I'm like, wow, I don't care about anything. This is nice.
Well, you care about Floorbed.
Oh boy, I could cry over Floorbed all day. Love it. But there's something, I don't know. I think, and this is true for Bake Off too. I get really emotional at Bake Off sometimes because it's just like, everybody's so nice. These British reality shows in particular, and I'm sure that Britain also has heinous, evil reality shows too. But let me know if they're any good. But there's just something about it. And I'm sure this is probably truly the contrivance that everybody's best friends, that they're inhabiting a simpler time when England was beautiful and pastoral and quiet. Mm-hmm. With that said, I think that both shows really go out of their way to diversely represent Britain. Like if MAGA got their hands on this, it would be all white. It'd be all trad wives, white trad wives making pottery and baking. And so that is like I think the saving grace of both the Great Pottery Throwdown and Bake Off. It is like harkens back to this like provincial past that probably never existed, but it makes you feel good. So that is probably the contrivance really at the end of the day.
For sure. Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I don't feel cozy and secure watching it. And also, I think it's interesting because I just don't think America could ever replicate a show like that. Like there was an American version, which I've never seen, of like of Bake Off.
I think there still is.
There still is?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, because wasn't there one with like Jeff Foxworthy? Because the thing that everybody loves about Bake Off is there's no sniping, there's no fighting. All of the bakers are friends. And I do think that that's real. I think that's genuine. Because like, at the end of the season, they always show like, oh, Jessica went to Scotland to visit Anit and they're still best friends. And Nadia went to Wales and they're all baking,
so cute.
And I think they stay friends like forever. And it seems like that's true for the pottery people as well.
Yeah.
But it's still just like life isn't really like this, but that's why it's nice to watch because life isn't like that, You
know what, Megan? Life isn't like that. And you know what I have to say about that? It's doing me head in.
In it. Oi! Where my sourdough starter?
Oh.
I don't know what that was. We're going to go now. Let us know what you think about Keith Brymer Jones if you've watched. Let us know what you think about his tears. I mean, I love him. I really do. But I am curious to see if anyone kind of caught that same vibe that you did about it.
I feel bad now.
No, don't feel bad. No, I think it's such a good question. I bet other people have thought that, and I want to know what people think.
It's so funny because, like, usually you are so much more cynical than I am.
I know.
And
I know you pierced the veil for me.
Yeah. And to my, like, I was like, there's no way that this isn't the main discourse about this show. And
It might be happening somewhere. I don't know.
You were like, no one's ever thought of that.
I was like, that's crazy. Actually, you're crazy. You're crazy, West.
Anyway.
But let us know what you think. And also, if you have a show like that you're watching, that's cozy. And it doesn't have to be British, but I think that helps. Let us know what it is. 703-829-0003. Dear, text me back at Gmail. Dirt Curb. Well, we're going to take a break, and then the show is going to conclude. Well, Lindy? Remember 2 weeks ago when we did the closing and it went on for another half an hour? Because I had to say something about Graham Plattner. We're not doing that this week, by the way. We hope you enjoyed the show. Many things happened. Lindy's looking at something on her computer.
Sorry. I just did nothing. What happened was, like, an hour ago, I texted Aham and asked if he would bring me a glass of water. And then he just texted and said, oh, sorry, I just saw this. And then I tried to sneakily text and be like, oh, don't worry about it. No problem. I sent it to the wrong person. Anyway.
Nice. Oh, there's your water right behind you.
Oh, my
It happened.
And it's icy cold refrigerator, Wawa. Do you want to say hi to the people who have texted me back?
Hi, people have texted me back.
Say hi. I love you.
Love you too.
Thank you.
That's so funny. That was really funny. I was like, it's happening. It's right behind you.
It's happening live. Water is happening. That was so nice of you.
We love hydration, don't we, folks? Who did you send? Don't worry about it to.
Well, it would be funnier except I sent it to the Mia, Ham, and Roya group chat.
Oh.
So just Roya's going to be confused.
I was hoping it would be like book publisher Gary.
Exactly. I know.
Speaking of book publisher Gary, pre-order adult braces. Bookshop.org. Thank you. Please. What else should we talk about before we go? Anything on your mind?
Do you remember Ruby from Bake Off? Ruby, adorable angel Ruby.
Didn't she write a bunch of articles about how much Paul Hollywood sucks?
Yeah.
Love her.
And I don't think we've interacted directly, but she sent me her book and she wrote a really nice note in it to me like a few years ago. So I think she knows my work. I think she should come on the show. Ruby, if you're listening.
If you're listening, which you are not. Although we do have we can see on the back end where people listen from. And I feel like we have 14 listeners in the UK. So maybe one of them is her.
Yeah. It's probably a bunch of knobheads.
Okay. All right. Listen, if you like what you hear, if you like what you hear, and I'm sure that you don't, subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/textmebackpod. By the way, if you're a U.S. Senator, we're still accepting applications to be a guest on the show.
And if you're a Jeff, likewise.
And we're being serious about that. Mm-hmm. I think a new segment we're calling Jeff is one of the funniest ideas we've ever had.
Yeah, and a great way to force us to continue doing our new segment we're calling Jeff, which we're going to do no matter what. So actually, we don't need the extra incentive, but we could use a Jeff theme song is all I'm saying. A Jeff jingle. Jeff.
God, I don't want people to waste their talents on a Jeff theme song.
Maybe
we're going to end up talking to two Jeffs.
No, Megan.
No, I'm just a baby. I don't want to kill myself.
maybe Megan was like, you better KMS yourself right now, sister.
Better get your ass in that pool.
But actually, as I was saying that thing about the Jeff jingle, maybe you know what I feel maybe is that our new segment that we're calling Jeff might be actually like too personal. And maybe I want to make the jingle.
Oh, Lord. Somebody else, please make the jingle. Get me out of this. You know what? You made that. I actually don't even want to remind you. Never mind.
Oh, you mean this?
No. Don't.
Oh, you mean?
No,
oh,
it's
you
so
mean
bad. I hate it so much.
Wait.
Oh, because you can't find it.
No, I can find it.
Megan's going to stop recording. Oh, no. Now nobody gets to listen to the horrible theme song.
Do you have it? No, it exploded. Dang exploder.
It's so much worse. It's so much worse than I remember. Now I'm desperate for a text me back a light to send in a Jeff jingle. Oh, by the way, you know what? We never. You may have seen it on our Instagram, but we never actually said. Everybody who wrote a jingle got a special present, and I think they've all been received.
I hope so. Yeah.
It is a trophy. Lindy picked these out of a golden pig on a little pedestal.
Yep.
And it says official text me back Jingleheimer. Our friend Steven, who has done 2 jingles for us now, is a Kingleheimer. I think his plaque just said jingle, but his pig came with a crown.
Yeah. I had already made his when we invented Kingleheimer. And so I just had to order a little golden crown. Then I tried to super glue the crown onto the pig. The pig is super glue proof. The pig will not be glued. But luckily the crown can sort of jauntily sit on the pig's ear and it stays kind of good. So yeah, that's the kind of reward and recognition that you can expect. The Golden Globe for podcasting subtitle official Jingleheimer of the year
parentheses pig
parentheses you. So,
something to think about if you're musically inclined. Okay, we're gonna go now. We hope you have a wonderful day. We'll see you next week.
You
here on Text Me Back Podcast.
This is our best episode yet, Megan, don't you think?
No, I don't. No, I do not.
20 out of 10.
Okay.